And on that note, this degree is very much reminding me of Patton. He had a deep connection to the past, would be on the battlefield and then go off the beaten path. They were supposed to be going one way, and he'd say, no, this is where it is. Take me here. And he would go to the battlefield, and he would get out of the Jeep, and he would walk on the ground, and he was there. He remembered the battles from past lives. So this is someone who is very much connected to the past. They feel it. Hello, welcome back. We are continuing diving through astrology 2 degrees at a time. Today we're on Virgo, Pisces 15. Thanks for being here. My name is Kim. If you're new, hello and welcome. And just to let you know, there are 2 videos in the description that could be helpful. One is on crystal wisdom. It talks a little bit about what do I mean when I'm talking about the crystals. And there is also the beginning of this series of Sabian symbols. There are 360, so check that out if you're interested in what's this all about. Without further ado, let's get into Virgo 15. A lace handkerchief suffused with lavender scent. A man wearing paper wings jumps off a cliff and soars into the sky. In a forest, quartz crystals hanging from trees. A man inherits a vast fortune. The stone here is pink lace agate. It's a protector stone. It strengthens the connection between 2 people, specifically a parent and a child. It promotes love and compassion, self-acceptance, emotional healing, soothes and calms the mind, releases negative emotions. It speaks to the heart and root chakras. It boosts self-esteem and confidence. Pretty ornamental things from the past, specifically handkerchiefs or linens, things that are handed down or have history. That's the key here, I think, is history. This degree has a lot to offer, but may not know what to do with it. Has very interesting ideas, different ideas from the norm, and needs to learn to listen to itself. If it doesn't, we're going to feel lost all the time. If we listen to ourselves here, we get further. We know what to do. We have to listen to ourselves. We have to have the self-confidence, listen to the stone, pink lace agate, in order to make our way in this world. This is a maverick degree in many ways. Can be challenged because of their maverick tendencies. By offering what we have, whether it be intellectual knowledge, whatever. This person knows how to do a lot of different things, and the more we share it with others, the way that we do it, our unusual way of doing things with enthusiasm, we have an easier go of it. But still, probably expect to be challenged here. Just know that it's part of the territory. It's a way to strengthen your resolve. See it that way. See it that way. Because if you listen to yourself, you'll have an easier go. There's a beautiful symbol in the background of this, the flowering of a line of ancestors, to see ourselves as the blossoming of our ancestry. Whether we feel it's checkered or not, we see the greatness in what has come before us. Even though it may not be perfect, no family is perfect, there are highlights. If we take all the highlights together and we bring them to where we are right now, standing in our shoes, we are the blossom of that. It's kind of a beautiful way to look at ancestry. So the secret here is listening to ourselves. The crystals hanging in the trees, that is wisdom of our ancestors. We are full of wisdom from our ancestors. We have to tune into it. The more we tune into our own vibe, our own guidance, our own inner guidance, the easier go we have of it. Our whole body becomes part of our communication here. So somebody who has very expansive way of communicating, they use not only their voice, they use their eyes, they use their hands, they use their entire body. They become the embodiment of whatever it is they're wanting to communicate. So strong communication here. Another beautiful way of describing what's going on here, and I'm just going to read this part. The true disciple is the blossom that crowns a long series of incarnations. So we are the result and the blossoming of all that we have been in the past. Now, if you don't believe in reincarnation, it is all the incarnations of this current life. So there's two ways to look at incarnation. Leave a comment. How do you look at it? Don't be intimidated by your gifts. They are wonderful and they should be shared with people. Find ways to share what you know, whether it be intellectually or through some kind of skill that you want to share. Find a way to share what you know, even if it's just verbally expressing what it is that you do. Being in tune in a very sensitive way helps us know what we need, what we don't need, and it guides us. By being discriminating in the things we choose to do and focus on, we become more and more cultured. We become more and more the embodiment of what we are, what we truly are. Let's take a look at Pisces. An officer instructing his men before a simulated assault under a barrage of live shells on a high hill above a river, the ruins of a castle. A bright polished sword is maintained, untouched, unused. Many kinds of fruits arranged on a silver tray. A ballet master choreographing a complex ensemble. The stone here is Andalusite. It promotes a desire for self-realization, helps us rebalance, realign, helps us discover our emotional blockages, and points towards possible resolution of those. A protection stone balances the root chakra, helps open and balance the heart chakra. It is grounding and stabilizing. It enhances memory recall. It corrects calcium deficiencies, helps with past life recall. And on that note, this degree is very much reminding me of Patton. He had a deep connection to the past, would be on the battlefield and then go off the beaten path. They were supposed to be going one way, and he'd say, no, this is where it is. Take me here. And he would go to the battlefield, and he would get out of the Jeep, and he would walk on the ground, and he was there. He remembered the battles from past lives. So this is someone who is very much connected to the past. They feel it. The key here is to be grounded, but also accept the fact that you have the ability to tap into the past in a very tangible way. This is a degree about generals, people who are tested, retested, and the way to do it in an effective way is to practice, practice, practice. The officer drilling his men under simulated attacks. So this is possibly like the art of war, which I read for those of you who are interested in literature or the dynamics of corporate war, quote unquote. Check out this link. I did it several years ago. Interesting book, less than an hour. It is also the ballet master choreographing. So it's people on the field of battle. The battle can be dancers. It could be drilling and marching, like a marching band. Flag corps. The more we practice, the better we get at it. Generals are not born. Yes, they have specific qualities, but unless they develop them, and they're usually probably forced to develop them because people recognize it and they want to draw it out of them. Practice being the general. Practice simulated attacks, and then when they come up, you're ready. Also, a brightly polished sword, maintained to perfection, shiny, unused, untouched. It doesn't have to be touched, because when we're strong, when we know what we're about, people don't want to mess with us. If they do, we're ready. That's when we lunge. But it can be avoided by practicing and knowing that we are the general here. No shrinking violets on this particular degree. A deep-seated struggle is inevitable, at least to some extent. The unlived life, struggle against unfulfilled past. Confrontation with accumulated, often eluded karma. I think it's because we need to clear space. We're coming up on Aries. And this is the last time to take a big broom and sweep. So if we are confronted, we need to really stand our ground in a sensitive way, draw from our inner strength, and deal with it. And it will help us going forward. So there's a need for thorough rehearsing. You know, great ballet does not just happen. They rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. Drill teams do not just get on the field and, you know, they would be bumping into each other. It would be awful. So it's practice, practice, practice here. Conflict, if expected and rehearsed, can be easily dealt with. Warfare, when expected, and you can expect it here. If this degree is strong in your chart, you can expect it here. Rehearse, 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 and then you're ready. You're strong. And you can sidestep. Or lunge if need be. Understanding and respecting what we crave. Because certain foods will help us. The fruit on a tray with the silver tray. The silver tray is our emotions. The fruit is high vibration. And if we are in tune with what we need to eat, we're in tune with who we need to act like. Being in tune with our dreams. I had one little snippet and I said, I'm her sister. I show up, I'm new on the scene, and I'm wearing like chainmail bib. It's jewelry, but it's weaponry. It's protective gear. So that was a warning to me. That was a heads up. Leave a comment. Did you have an interesting dream this morning? And things from our past, the ruined castle up on a hill, is rich for our imagination and our soul. It draws us to past that we've lived, that our ancestors have lived. And it ties back to the fruit on a tray because it is high vibration for the soul. So there's a real connection to the past. Memories are strong. When they come up, embrace them. What are they teaching us? And maybe eat some fruit today. Listen to your cravings. What are you craving? The more we do this, the more in sync we are with the general within. So we have valor, power, and it's all done through practice and possibly memory recall, past life recall, a love of history, a love of fighting, but we don't fight. This degree is a lover, not a fighter, because they don't want to use their sword. But if you are not ready for battle on this degree and it comes to you, you're going to feel like a victim, and you don't want to go there. So practice, practice, practice. An ability to step out of time, like Patton on the field of battle. He was in the middle of a battle and he stepped out of time and went into another battle. And he gained strength and insight from that battle. So it's trusting your soul, listening to your soul. So that's what I have for you today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Give me a like if you're enjoying these. Subscribe for more. Leave a comment if these symbols are saying something specific to you. You want to leave some insight. And take care until next time.